right, welcome back, folks. Nice to have you with us. It is, of course, looking a little bit better weather-wise, Dylan.
No, definitely. I mean, I think there's a little bit of rain that's coming, I think, tomorrow and Thursday, but everything for the weekend should be
Have you guys
amazing.
also had to call some games off, or have you been following the trend?
We called our Kylemore Rugby game off.
Yeah.
Well, the council and everybody, the fields were closed.
They called it off for you?
Yeah, so they pretty much called it off for us, but whatever we can control, we control.
So how does that impact you guys from a thinking point of view in terms of your strategy for the league, for the year?
It does impact, I would say, a little bit just on where we're sitting on the log and what's been happening.
Yeah.
Because our, say, Kylemore River and Unimore games are two important games for us for a top 6 point of view. So also we're not too sure when those games are going to happen. I know Hamilton's are going to play Durban as well. Yeah. So we're not quite sure when those games are going to be happening, if it's going to be happening on a bye day or if it's going to be happening at the end of the league before playoffs.
As much as you guys love to say that it's, every game is a game on its own, you have to admit you guys are all looking at strategy. You're all looking to see what the other teams are doing. And you're all sort of silently hoping that one has a bad weather day, things like that. These things definitely have an impact, Renzo.
Yes, definitely, James. And, obviously when you have a game that is postponed, you obviously, because now you don't know if it's going to be after the league. Yeah. Is it going to be a Wednesday night game? Because now if it's a Wednesday night game, you're going to now play Saturday, Wednesday, and Saturday again. So now player management, team depth, all that things come into question now.
It doesn't look like you want to jump in.
Yeah, and it depends what kind of games you got that's coming up. Yeah. If you've got a Durban and a Hamilton's coming up, you don't exactly want to play on a Wednesday night. You want to be as fresh as you can for some of the guys that are actually at the top of the league.
Yeah. All right, we're going to come back to this in a second, folks. Fasih Tufi from Spy Inc. sent us their match between Primrose and Kylemore. So big thanks, big shout out there to Fasih and the guys from Spy Inc. Here's the Primrose Kylemore highlights. right, there we go, folks. Congratulations to Primrose with a big win there. We're not going to look at the points, but let's just say, Rens, Primrose will probably be looking at a bounce back after the Collegians game.
Yeah, definitely. I think,
Yeah.
you know, Collegians, Primrose, that was probably the derby of the year for them. But yeah, getting that big score for them, it's a big morale booster going forward into the season going
You can
forward.
see, Dylan, that Primrose is a former Super League A outfit.
No, definitely. I mean, looking at them now, with a little bit of depth, the business end of the league, it starts taking over, which is massive.
Yeah. All right, folks. Big thanks again to Fasih Tufi and from Spy Inc. and the guys for sending in the video to us. So thank you very much for that. All right, let's quickly then take a look at the logs then in Super League B before we go to our last games between NTK and CPUT and Kraaifontein and Hamlets. But on the logs then in Super League B, it's Belha, Franschhoek, Kraaifontein, Primrose, Goodwood and Collegians. Those make up the top 6. NTK sitting at number 7, followed by Macassar, Hamadias, Hamlets, Vineyards and Belleville. And then, of course, CPUT, Hans and Arts and Kylemore bringing up the bottom of the table. Kraaifontein was up against Hamlets this past weekend. NTK was up against CPUT. We will take a look at that in a second. But in the meantime, we're just going to give a big shout out to Gino Topley and his guys from Titans for sending in their videos. Always great to see what's happening with from Gino and the guys. Here's Titans behind the scenes. All right, there we go. Very short, but thanks to Gino Topley and the guys there playing. Looks like young Wesley's there. Rens.
That's Philippe.
Yeah.
I know the bowling
Yeah.
at the back, yeah.
Folks, if you're that side of the field, if you're that side of the park on a Saturday afternoon, you're playing there, you've got aeroplanes coming over the top. But yeah, other than that, great to see. I mean, Dylan, you've been in this game now for a long time. It takes a lot of effort behind the scenes to make a club work.
No, definitely.
And to get guys like Gino sending in the videos and just remembering to talk about his team is a big thing.
It's a huge thing. I mean, there's so much going behind the scenes. I'm quite enjoying being a player at the moment because the stuff that goes behind the scenes that coaches and managers and the club does is huge.
Yeah. All right, folks. Well, it really is incredible to see the support we've got there. Let's quickly take a look at your logs in Super League C. All Saints is sitting at number 1 on the log, followed by Young People's, Gardens, Rangers, Scottsdene and Strand. And then, of course, it's Violets, Atlantis, Peniel Villages, Delft, Strand United, Kellys. Bottom of the log, Busy Bees, Langa and Eerste Rivier. Quick thoughts on the logs in Super League C, Rens. We will still look at some games coming up.
Yeah, this is so tough, Jeff. Looking at that top 6, top 8, anyone can still get into that top 6. It's tough. I think Super League C this year is League of Death this year.
Do you think it's getting closer? All the leagues are getting closer and closer, Dylan?
No, definitely. I mean, having it, like Ren said, having a look at those logs is crazy. With Young People's doing so well, I mean, they're unbeaten at the moment. They've played 8-1, so doing very, very well in those leagues. Everything is so tight.
There was a time that the gap between Super League A and Super League B was quite big.
Yeah.
Today it's not.
No, definitely.
And the same with Super League B and Super League C. Today it's not.
No, huge. I mean, some of the players, the teams that are going down to SLB or SLC, they're staying up there, which is massive with the top 6. So it's very, very encouraging to see if they come up again.
All right, let's go. This is our final segment now coming up after the break. Don't go away. Back in a sec.